Awkward
And
silence.
we live. Yeah, it's always awkward like that in the beginning. Awkward. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the show. How's everybody feeling?
Fantastic.
Yep.
What's the name of the show?
Ecstatic.
It's the set 6145. We back at it again Wednesday at 7 p.m. as always. Like, share, subscribe. Like, share, and subscribe. Be Chanel.
Share us with your friends.
Yeah, right?
Let's all be friends.
Hey, yo.
Hi. Be Chanel.
I'm up for a good time.
Hello.
How we feeling? You good?
Good. I'm here.
You tired?
I'm always tired.
Sel, what's good, man?
Sally Song in the building.
Yeah.
I could sure go for some Popeye's chicken right about now.
Oh,
We ain't gonna
man.
go there.
Yeah, let's not take it there. He's just sitting there acting like he don't hear nobody. Salute to the man in the room, Mr. Alonzo Barnes, always holding it down in the back. Super excited as always, man. We have a very special guest today from our hometown in Brooklyn. And as you know, I could say it a million times over, we love our people in New York City and specifically from Brooklyn. So today, after a little, not hesitancy, but there were some things that happened, we're finally having the one from Brooklyn, the MC, the young lady, and I stand corrected, it's not Little Boo,
No.
it's Big Boo. Welcome to the show.
Yeah, thank you for
Welcome.
having me. Yes, it is definitely Big Boo now. Lil Boo's my government name. That's what you say on paper. However, all the cool kids call me Big Boo. My mother called me Lil Boo. We don't do that.
Oh. Wow. So that was a lot. She's, it's funny because we were speaking prior to the show start, and I get a sense that you're a very well-rounded individual, that you have a very special understanding of who you are, your identity as an MC, as a person. Where does that all come from? Is that from home? Like, did your parents really instill that confidence and that understanding of who you are?
I would say, yeah, like my parents definitely played a big role just in me, always staying true to myself. My pops and my moms always wanted me just to, go by what you believe. You're not always right, but, always make sure that you stand by what you believe in and always pay attention to what God has set out for you as well.
Wow. You very close with your dad?
Yeah, I'm close with my pops.
Do you feel like that gave you another something on top of who you are as a person, that relationship?
I'm gonna be honest with you.
That's all we want.
My mom's and my pops not together, so that was kind of like a little bit tricky when I was growing up.
Mm-hmm.
But becoming older and gaining a closer relationship with my father, that definitely played a huge impact in my life.
Wow.
Growing up with a single mom,
moms.
Going more into understanding my pops, and that definitely played a huge role in my life. People need their parents out here, man.
For sure.
What nationality?
I'm Puerto Rican, Venezuelan, and Trinidadian,
Yo, where's the
and a
doubles?
whole bunch of other stuff.
Where's the doubles at? You ain't bring no doubles? What's going on? He's like, what's that? That's crazy. That's a crazy mix. Which side? Who?
My mom's is Puerto Rican, my dad's Venezuelan and Trini.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you be up on the Parkway Labor Day?
No.
Why not? That's like classic.
Don't play with it. Yeah,
it's changed a lot. It's definitely changed a lot.
I never went. Back in our day, I never even went. I knew you was out
Oh,
there.
heavy, son. Salute to the 410 crew. It's crazy because I look out into the landscape of hip hop. And one of the things that drew me to you, being a female, was that you stand on, being lyrical. And where do you derive that sort of understanding of what you want to be as an MC when it comes to the mic?
I think that mostly just stems on like my interest, getting into hip hop in general. I was just always like a poet, always just a writer.
Mm-hmm.
So I believe when I went into actually writing my own rhymes and doing music for myself, just that lyricism and that wittiness when it came to that pen just always stood. And I grew up listening to a lot of just heavy MCs. Like, yeah, I came up in an era where the music was changing a lot, from real lyrical bars to, what it is now. But
Wait. Hold on. Let me jump in there. What is it now? How do you see that change? Like, I know I be coming at people as far as what music is like now, hip hop wise, but you know, you making that point, and I want to talk about that. And you can feel free to give the politically correct answer, and that's fine with me. But I'd really like to understand what you're saying.
No, it's not.
Yeah, I like.
When you incited the question, it was no longer politically correct. I gave you the politically correct answer.
Listen, she's about that business.
But no, I would say that lyricism, you know, is kind of a lost art, and that kind of goes along with the attention spans and everything, and just what comes in with the music industry and what it takes to make a hit record and everything like that. So when you got 15 seconds to get a fan,
yeah,
you know, how much could you tell them?
Right. I'm very.
That's it.
I'm no. The reason why I paused there
His
is
mind
because
is thoroughly blown.
no, exactly, because for somebody, and I say this with all due respect, for a young lady of your age in this environment to be so self-aware and to be you're savvy, you know what I'm saying? Like, where does that's your upbringing? Like, your parents, it seems like they prepared you for all of this.
That's definitely has to do with my upbringing. You know, my father is a businessman as well. And I would say just having a lot of great mentors and great leaders in my life as well. That played a big role in just keeping me on track.
I kind of want to know a timeline. Like, how did this start? Were you like 5 years old and looking at, you know, the women rappers or rappers in general? Like, oh my God, that's what I want to do. Like, when did you decide? Okay, this is something I want. Like, I want to pursue this.
It was really with my sister. My sister really put me on to a lot of hip hop. I talk about this in a lot of my interviews. She put me on to Wu-Tang and DMX, and I was just listening to all of this crazy hip hop, you know, as a kid. And I was always really into music, so it really spans beyond just writing. You know, I started doing music, playing instruments within my school and everything.
Yeah.
So.
What do you play?
Guitar, piano. I played the violin in high school and everything too. So my love for music spans beyond just the written.
Yeah. That's pretty cool.
Do you incorporate that into your rap, like the violin, the guitar, all that stuff? Or?
I definitely do. You know, work especially on a lot of the new records I've been working on. I've been including a lot of live instrumentations, people who actually play instruments within my production, and that makes such a big difference.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of live instruments, like
sure.
flutes and all that stuff. I've always just like, yeah, definitely.
It's like Lizzo plays the flute.
Yeah.
Lizzo plays the flute on
that
these
shit
things.
blew my
It's
fucking
crazy.
mind.
Yeah, it's
Saw that woman
incredible.
blow. I was like, the fuck is she doing?
She
I
like
think-
almost made it cool to like do
I
that.
think that we kind of get that from our upbringing as well, because the instrumentation, we grew up in a time where that was prevalent. Like all the great bands, you know, you think about Earth, Wind and Fire, you know, you think about Sly and the Family Stone. These are people that are playing, and you know, even salsa.
Yeah.
You know.
I'm not going to interrupt. Yeah, my mom. Y'all got to remember, my mama Puerto Rican.
Yeah.
Ain't hear nothing but Mark Anthony. Mark Anthony got nothing but real instruments behind him and shit.
Yeah. And I think that as a kid, Shelly, you could relate. Chanel, I don't know if you felt this way as a kid. Hearing Spanish music, I don't know if you were like, I know I was kind of like that. But as a young man, I was down south, and we went to one of the only Latin festivals they had down south in the 80s, unheard of. And I remember seeing this band, and they were playing, and I was just like, that's when my taste in the music was like, nah, I fuck with this. Hearing that instrumentation, it just does something to you.
Yeah, my grandpa used to play, you know, mess with the guitar and stuff, you know, and the little those
The little
you know,
thing.
The
with
ukulele.
Yeah. He used to mess with that. So, but I always like Jay-Z live when he did the, you know, Nas at the, you know, Lincoln's, and you know that stuff always is a different sound.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
When he had the roots
Definitely
behind him.
I think I only just started appreciating it. I definitely was deep into like reggae and hip hop and stuff like that. Definitely pop music. I love pop music.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's
I mean,
just
even
now
reggae,
that I can
like the
appreciate
calypso,
it.
right? When they play the calypso, that you know, it feels, you know, you feel that in your body, right?
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
like,
for sure.
Brings it out. So.
That was going to be my next question, because I'm a huge reggae fan. and hearing reggae music live. I don't know. You know, when it comes to Trinity, they love a lot of pan music, you know, and it's calypso and things like that. Are you a fan of that, of Caribbean music?
I would say yes. I'm not really too well rounded. We kind of tapped into the Caribbean side later on in life. But definitely that side of music is different. I feel like there's just a different soul and like rhythm that comes into it. I love it.
Is your family also into music? Because I know you say your sister showed you the hip hop and stuff, but like, is she a performer? Do you guys perform together?
My sister, my sister sings and everything, but you know, she be focused on her family and stuff like that. But she was really the one that pushed me into knowing what hip hop was. She just loved listening to music so much, and she played like little keyboards and stuff like that. So she's always been like a little musically inclined. So me just being her little sister, just looking at my big sister, I'm like, oh shit, my sister do that. I want to do that too. Like
that's what's up. It's just y'all two?
Me and my sister, and I got a brother.
Oh, you got a brother?
Yes.
Younger brother?
Older brother.
Older brother.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow.
Your parents, they play any instruments?
Nah.
No. So it seems like it really started with your sister.
Did you go to school for it? Like, did you do any schooling?
Actually, yeah. So in when I was in middle school, so that's around the time like I was really like starting to get into it. I was in a band program, and I actually performed at like MoMA PS1.
One day
like,
at band camp.
dope. Yo, it was dope though. Like that's where I really got into like perfecting like my instrumentations and everything. And then in high school, I had to take a class literally every year for 4 years. I had to take orchestra, and I had to take music theory.
Yeah.
So it kind of just forced me into really like having that refined ear for a lot of musical things.
You can read and write still? Music?
I could read.
You could read, right?
I could read.
Yeah. I think that's the basis of it all when you're in band, like taking band in school. You can read music, and that's a beautiful thing because that again, like you said, it changes your ear. You appreciate shit.
I never learned to read.
No?
Not read. Read music. I know how to read.
That
Blowing
explains
himself
a
I'm
lot.
not Floyd Mayweather. No, I know how to read. I'm saying, read music. I remember I used to be in the trumpet class faking it, like, 'cause I didn't know what I was doing.
Really?
Yeah.
I took piano, so I know. Same thing.
Yeah.
You did the same thing?
Yeah.
You was giving them the fake Liberace.
I was over here like Stevie Wonder.
Stevie can see.
Yeah. Let's not go down that rabbit hole, yo. There's a whole slew of videos about Stevie seeing. But in high school, yeah, for Hamilton, I was in music, and I got to learn how to read music, and I played saxophone. I wasn't no fucking Kenny G, but you know, I started really getting into it.
Barry White.
Yeah, easy. I'm gonna start thinking of videos.
Oh man.
So you're in high school. When do you finally decide, you know what, I gotta find my people. I gotta find a venue. I gotta find a place for me to perform, like writing your first rhymes and stuff like that. When does that happen for you?
So, as much as I don't really care for social media as much, it's business, but social media really sparked that for me because, you know, that's around the time Instagram first lets you post videos up, and I seen that's when they first started doing like, oh, I'm a freestyle over this person's beat on Instagram. I was doing it on YouTube before.
Oh wow.
I was putting them on YouTube. So my first freestyle I ever did, I put on YouTube. Then Instagram let the video. Second one, I put it up on Instagram. And from there, I just kept posting freestyles on Instagram and me just writing stuff and putting it on Instagram and putting it on YouTube and putting it on Instagram, putting it on YouTube. First verses. And there was a youth group called Monsters of Brooklyn at the time that had reached out to me, and they were like, hey, we have this space. Do you want to come through and, you know, just rap and everything? We got like programs here. We got a little like studio. You know, it's not the biggest thing, but, you know, you could come do your thing. I'm like, yeah.
There's something.
Wow.
So I go over there. I actually meet Mickey from Legendary Cyphers over there. Shout out Mickey.
Yeah, salute to Legendary Cyphers, man.
Shout out all of them, man. They all showed me a lot of love. coming up. I'm about 15 years old at this time, you know. I'm heading over there every Sunday. I'm sneaking away. My mom's like, "You going over to that music place again?" I'm like, "No."
Tell you, girls start young, man. They start young with the lion.
Man, don't put that shit on me. We talking about one thing.
Yeah.
Stretching the truth. Stretching
Right?
the truth.
I gotta make it all encompassing right now. We gotta get it all the way.
But yeah, man, I'm going over there every Sunday, pretty much just, you know, freestyling. You know, Mickey used to train me with just freestyling. He used to throw beats on and be like, "Yo, let's just spar, like, just go freestyle." And you know, I would do my first open mics over there. I did my first performance at the venue space that they had over there. I threw my first show out there actually too when I was 16. So it was a lot of dope things that I was able to like really start to learn and maneuver through that program.
So how is it being this young, and I mean this respectfully, you're a pretty young lady. How is it being in that space with all these other wolves that are like, you know, dudes is going to try to come at you with the gas? Like, how are you able to like, yo, come on, I ain't here for that?
I'm nice to y'all.
You definitely give that vibe off. Like, I'm going to smile, but the minute you get a little too crazy.
I don't play that shit.
Okay.
I never played that shit. I don't play that shit. I'm very respectful. But I will say anybody who tried to cross a line or a boundary understood that was not a thing to do.
You're very much about your integrity.
I'm very much about my integrity. Yeah.
That's what's up.
So if the Illuminati comes, then
Y'all ain't taking none of my cousins.
All right, let's
I don't care if I don't know them.
It's funny because again, I don't know if you guys are picking up on it. I'm sort of not confused, but I'm very surprised to see again a very young individual in this environment be so aware about what she's dealing with, because she's definitely swimming in different waters when it comes to what she does. Like, that's all that's going to come her way in the next couple of years. You know how it is.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I watch your videos, and this is another reason why I was so adamant about talking to you, because I look at your music and it just comes across as a young lady having fun. And I mean fun in a good way. A lot of times when I see females, and I, you know, I don't want anybody to feel like I'm being sexist. It's all about selling a look. It's all about selling that stripper culture, or, you know, I don't need you know, all type of like typical shit. But in watching you, I don't get that, you know, and I think that's what made you even more intriguing. And where does that sort of derive from? Like, how do you keep yourself in that place, not wanting to do what they're doing?
Yeah, of course. I feel like that just mostly comes from my place of I never really wanted to market a certain image. That was never my thing. My favorite artists don't do that. It's like,
And who are your favorite?
Yeah, for real.
So top 5, granted, I always throw out DMX, The Locks, all of them. Nas. This is in no order too, because I love everybody.
Yeah, for sure.
Nas, Eve, and the fifth one always change. But we going throw Mos Def in there because I've been listening to him a lot more lately, and he's just fucking crazy.
He's been at it for a minute, for real. Fellow Sag, salute to Mos Def, Yasin Bey, and the album he just dropped with Talib. It's out of here. I think a lot of people are looking past the good hip hop that is out there because of the saturated market that we're in. What are you working on presently? Like, what are some of the things that you're hoping to accomplish this year in 23?
Okay, yeah. Definitely getting this new music pushing. A lot of new music, new collaborations. Been in the works, so I'm excited to roll everything out with that. New visuals in any kind of way. A lot of my supporters already know. I don't know if y'all know. I act and everything as well.
Really?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Shout out to Force of Sin show on Tubi, so I'm acting in 2 seasons of that.
Oh wow.
Wow.
Shout out to Luke Steffen, Sister's Keeper. I played a younger version of Kaya Baby. Shout out Kaya Baby, another female rapper pushing it.
Okay.
In that, so just definitely expanding on more visuals, more film, more music, more shows, and more tour stops.
What do you love
definitely.
more, acting or
Yeah, what's your end goal here? Is it both, or is it you're opening the door to something else?
It goes hands in hand.
Yeah.
It really.
Yeah.
What do you put behind the actors on the TV screens?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Music.
Yeah.
That's true.
How do you set the tone? Music. It's like
Trying to get like on a 50 Cent kind of like a power kind of thing, or would you ever do writing?
I wouldn't compare it to anything else, but I would say definitely the way that 50 includes his music into his own works, and he when it comes to like syncs and everything like that, he tends to use a lot of people that are in his circle and like just putting on, either underground artists or, artists that are really around him, so 50 puts on his people, puts on a lot of underground people when it comes to that, because they still getting that check when the music plays.
Keeping that money.
what got you into the acting? Did you go to school for that too, or you just was like, I want to do this, I want to do
Just
this?
step-
That was a childhood dream. That was before music, man. I wanted to act when I was a real little kid, man, and my mom used to put me in a bunch of different like acting programs. So that was that little 5-6-year-old dream of just kind of doing it, and that was actually what I was trying to push originally when I was younger, because I always kind of wanted to do something creative, but never came along. It was just a bunch of BS. My parents didn't really want me involved in a lot of that industry bullshit if they actually pursued it. So they're like, you're not doing that. But it kind of came back along after doing music for a while. I was like,
Trying
oh,
to take you to
okay.
Epstein Island and shit. I ain't going over there.
Hell no. Can't have that. It seems as though you have a solid understanding, about opportunity. A lot of people don't see it sometimes because they're so hyper focused on one thing. But as you were telling Chanel, having that open mind to see like, yo, this is something that I could do, and they sort of live with each other, music and act, and movies and film. That's a great thing. And not only that, but I think again, you carry yourself in a way that people can just understand by talking to you casually that you're not about that bullshit. You're not loud and boisterous and this is, you're something different. And it comes across in the conversation. But in that, what are you hoping to do? Let's say in the future, are you looking to have a family at any point? And I don't mean to cross any lines by asking you this question. I hope I'm not. Is that something that you want to do in your future one day, you having your own family?
No, of course. I'm young right now.
Right.
My career does mean a lot to me, and setting those foundations for myself is essential for even setting that goal for myself.
Right.
So I'm definitely looking towards having a family in the future and being able to have that. That's just another goal and another stage of life. Definitely focusing on me and the family I have right now in my craft, but having that own thing for myself, that's definitely something I plan on having in the future.
Nice.
Who would you like to work with, like eventually, like with music and stuff? Eventually, like I would like to work with this person, or this is my dream to work with this person. Anybody in mind?
Outside of your top 5?
Yeah. The top 5 sound more like our top 5.
Yeah.
Like a little older.
It is.
That's a hard question, because I could just start spitting out a list.
Oh, okay.
I'll say, if it's my top 5, well, God can't do all of my top 5, but if it's my top 5, I'm blessed. Anyone, I'm blessed. I mean, I don't know what to say with that one. I don't know what to say with that one.
Well, how about production?
Okay.
Is there somebody that, like a producer, like, I would love to
It's hard
let's
to say
say,
too.
yeah. Like if I said, listen, Primo got a track for you. Premier's coming here. He got a track for you. Like, would you like to rock with like Premier or say, you know, the Neptunes or Timbaland or?
Why you? Just bring one of them.
Anyone will do, right? Anyone will do.
Yo, it's like with me, it's like you're naming forefathers, and it's like I look up to the forefathers in the game and in hip hop. So it's like
What
I feel
about
like it's
now?
disrespectful for me to really like be like, oh, let me. I'd rather be with this person. Why?
Yeah.
Like I'm
You can work with all of them.
Yeah, they all have their impact and they all have done legendary things in the game. So it's
Right.
like, it's a blessing.
But the thing is, and I'm sorry, but this is the reason why I think we're all asking you this, because again, for me, like if I asked Jay Swish, do you think Jay Swishes would have been in the same mindset of like I want to work with Primo? I think he would. You know, he's more like the newer producer age type thing, right?
Right.
But it seems like Boo has a different like understanding or vision,
Old soul kind of.
right?
Like,
where she's like, "Yo, this shit here is,"
Right.
you know what I mean? That's exactly why it's a little more surprising to me, because I wouldn't expect a 21-year-old to. What's your sister's name?
Jesse.
Jesse. Salute to Jesse for putting the girl onto great foundational music. And I'm biased. I'm sorry, but whatever. But I think that, again, I think if we ask somebody who's in the rap game that's 20, 21 years old, they're going to be like,
Yeah,
I don't want to
they're
work
not.
with these old motherfuckers. I want to work
they want
with...
drill and all that other shit that's going on.
Yeah, yeah. You don't feel any of that? Like,
Nah.
but you could
It's
rock
like
out.
I could rock out.
Yeah.
Actually, I got a record with shout out to Billy B.
Okay.
She featured on that Don't Play With It record with Lola Brooks. So I got a record with Billy B. I do merge. I'm not gonna act like I don't merge into different styles. I grew up in a certain era, so of
Right.
course I'm gonna be influenced a certain way with my music.
Right.
But the foundations of it all, that's really where I gravitate to. That's where I stem from. I might do a little trap record, whatever the case may be. It's going to hit. It's
Right.
Big Boo.
Get it right.
But I really do this hip hop stuff. I mean, going back to your question, I guess because this is just more personal to me, I would say if I got a record with Large Professor and Nas,
Jesus Christ.
that would make my life.
Oh, Extra P. He be dropping.
And shout out to Large Professor too.
Yeah,
He
man.
shows graciously amount of love.
Yeah, he's been a pioneer. Not really at the forefront, but he is known. Everybody knows Large Professor. Like, he put his stamp in the game. You know, from his first album to having Nas live at the barbecue. He's done so much, and he's well respected by many producers that we love that are still getting busy. Diamond D still putting out work. You know, there's a lot of dudes still doing the damn thing to this day, and I think they get overlooked. And it's, again, refreshing to hear somebody like yourself at your age talking about these characters.
So what do you think of like the Cardi B's and the Nicki Minaj's? Because it's very different. I feel like what you're putting out there and what is out there, what's mainstream and stuff like that.
Well, first, every artist is their own individual. I would say that everybody got their own musical path, and that's just what it is. There's a market damn near for anything out there.
Mm-hmm.
And I have much respect for both Cardi B and Nicki Minaj as well. They both have been putting in a tremendous amount of work into get into the positions that they're at right now. From their music to just the moves that they make to how they even treat their community. You know, they've been putting a tremendous amount of work in. So I wouldn't knock anybody doing what they doing. You know, I just do what I do. I think it's wrong for us to expect a certain sound and a certain outcome from rappers that continuously prove that they do one thing or they do a certain thing. It's
And
like
it works for them.
and it works for them.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. That's like expecting a fucking turtle to run at 150 miles an hour. It's not going to do that shit. It's still going to get there,
Yeah.
But it's not going. It's not going
I
to
always
chase.
I always bring up Fat Joe, right? Because I always bring up Fat Joe for the fact that he always changes to whatever's hot. If you ever listen to it, he won't have a great album, but he'll drop albums, and he'll have that one hit that for the last 10 whatever X amount of years, it's always like, all right, you know, all the way up or this, you know, lean back. He always kind of like, what's hot now? Let me drop something that's gonna relate.
And I feel like it's always important for artists, you know, to kind of keep that. I mean, if they want to stay relevant, keep that relevancy within their music. And I don't really think if you're doing it the right way, it's not, you know, conforming your style to what's going on. I think that's just kind of another form of sampling.
For sure.
You're just sampling the current sound.
I think that's the important part of it all. I think, like, the distinction of who you are as an artist in no matter what the environment or surrounding is should come through. So if we're doing a trap beat, I shouldn't really change my cadences to fit trap. I should just be who I am and fall right in. Like you said before, I could rock out on anything. And I think really that's my thing with some artists. Like, do you. You don't have to do that. You can, run the track. I'm still going to get busy, but I'm going to be me. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's where a lot of artists that we know and love still, when they get a feature or happen to be working, they're like, I'm going to change it up to flow like them. And it just doesn't come off like it should. You know what I'm saying? And Kendrick Lamar, New Freezer, he did that whole shit, but he stayed him. And he took that record over. I mean, excuse me, in my mind, he did. And I think maybe that's my issue with what goes on as far as artists are concerned. But shifting gears, now that you're in this space, is there anything else outside of entertainment that you're hoping to do, like business-wise? Are you looking to develop clothing? Do you want to get your own makeup brand? Like, you know, things. Are there any other interests outside of the music, out of the entertainment industry?
There's definitely other interests outside of the music. You know, I love keeping business savvy. I think the clothes is probably the main move as well. This is my brand,
Get Fly.
So I've been doing the clothes for a little while. I actually met my business partner. Shout out to Gustavo / producer plug through doing the clothing and everything like that as well. So it kind of holds like a meaningful point to me. So y'all definitely gonna see some clothes.
Okay.
But
That's what's up.
other business wise, yeah, man, just definitely different business ventures. I like to keep things very much related to the music, if not the music, the community. So y'all gonna see. I'm not gonna put no specifics out there, but y'all gonna see some business moves from the biggest boo. Fuck is you talking about? BOSSC, fifth letter O. Y'all know the vibes.
I think that's the reason why Chuck D gave her a salute on his show.
Ooh.
How did that feel?
You know what? That one, I feel like that one really hit home the hardest. And it's because my parents, you know, listen to like Public Enemy and Chuck D growing up. So Chuck D kind of giving me that little like flower drop, you know, that made my parents kind of look at me like, oh shit, like
This shit's real.
Like,
you really like doing shit. Like
when the guy who said I got a letter from the government the other day gives you your flowers, that's huge.
Yeah, that stuff that we grew up on that you could still relate to these, you know, Public Enemy you could hit today and it's still relevant.
So they were predicting shit. And
a lot of these guys was predicting, man.
Yeah, for sure. And that's another part. I feel like content-wise, where is that? Because hip-hop started, it was message music. It was rebel music. Still is. But when I look out, like, damn, who do I
It still is message music.
All right, what's the message today?
Exactly. You know what the message is.
I do.
That's the message.
So I'm good being where I'm at. And see, yo, let me tell you something. If y'all not picking up on this yet, Boo is fucking savvy as fuck. And I could fuck with that. So I was going through your music, and I saw the Hold Up video. And again, it comes you have this way of maintaining who you are, but also having so much fun with your music. And has there been any push in the other direction to change up? Like, yo, we got to do this type of record because this is what, you know what I'm saying?
I wouldn't say it was really a push to change up. I think it was more of a push to put those kind of records out.
Okay.
More exploring different sides of myself and my musicality as well, especially with Hold Up. Hold Up was just such an out there record, but it was kind of one of those things. It was like, yo, I'm turning 21. You know, this is how the fuck I'm feeling, and that's it. Like that was pretty much just it. Will Hold Up. You know, I put music out that's really just a reflection of me. So I'm like, I wouldn't say that song was a reflection of me, but you know, it was one moment in time.
Right.
And I ended up in that bathtub.
You say you write. You write poetry and like how long does it take you to write a song? Like how like
that really depend. It go from if I'm subject matter, just really how I'm feeling in the moment. I'm gonna be honest with you. I could write a song in 20 minutes. I could write a song in 2 hours. I could write a song in 2 days. I could write a song in 2 months. It really depends on the record, and I feel like no record. I can't tell how long it'll really take me to write certain records. You know, just depending on
the vibe
and just like how I'm feeling and what I want to talk about. You know, if I want to talk about my life in a certain way on a record, I gotta wait time. Like, yo, I didn't even go through what I want to talk about yet, but I know that's certain things or certain mindsets is coming up, so I'm gonna hold off on writing about that until I can fully understand what I even want to talk about. But I would say that's really for most of like my album records where I'm like really in like a deep thought. Record don't take me more than a day.
What does your feedback look like? Like, who are you surrounding yourself with when you're writing these and you're putting them out there? And what's the feedback you're getting? Like, is it every time you're gonna be like, yeah, how do you take the feedback? How are they giving it to you?
So the people I surround myself with, I usually create. I'm not creating alone. I'm creating with my team. Again, shout out to Gustavo, Mr. Producer Plug. He executive produced a lot of the Wu-Tang projects and a bunch of different legendary hip hop records, executive producing and stuff like that. So he'll be like my main ear, like, yo, it sounds good like this, or this is the one, or just listen to this again. Or it like won't tell me too much, but he'll more constructive towards my creativity, or be like, yo, you got one. Or I'm gonna take this to the producer. Let's change this beat under your rhymes and stuff like that. So I definitely have him behind me doing that. And definitely some legendary producers that, you know, their feedback is always a blessing. Shout out to the wonderful 45 King, Large Professor, for showing me a tremendous amount of love and support.
Did she just say 45 King? That was the anthem for us. Like, damn.
Football.
Yeah, it was football. But how old were we? Maybe 17?
17, 16.
Wow. 45 King, one of the most prolific hip-hop producers of our time. And I don't know, you know, I know he's put out work into the 2000s. I don't know what he's doing presently. But he just had, like, control over a pocket during the golden era, man. And to have that, that's crazy.
Nah, he's a great guy. Very, very sweet dude, man. We actually got a couple records together, so I'm looking forward to being able to release these. And just
Who's the first person you got like starstruck with? You were like, oh shit, I'm doing something here.
It was
It's Big Bo here. Come on, man.
They got starstruck actually.
I don't do that.
I'm trying to think. I wasn't okay. I met Cam a while back. That kind of starstruck me, but I would say I was more on it like a hungry artist. I got starstruck. It was large. I think.
Professor?
Because it was really large. Because it wasn't more of like a starstruck thing. It was kind of like when he walked through the first time I saw him in person. It was like, is that fucking large, Professor?
Yeah.
The aura, like
I'm working. I'm selling these vinyls at my partner's store. I'm selling these vinyls, and Large just walks in, and I'm like, this fucking Large Professor. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, my college paper, one of my first final college paper, I'm writing about Large Professor and Nas.
Oh,
you know,
wow.
so I'm looking at it fresh out of school, like,
This is really happening.
is this man in front of my face?
He was digging. He was digging in the crates, trying to get music.
Yeah.
Oh wow! Damn it, that is crazy. Do you ever write from a space of pain? Have you ever explored trying to write from a space of pain?
I try to explore writing from a space of joy. That shit be harder than a motherfucker.
I guess let me rephrase my question. Great artists I've seen over the years have the ability to draw from life experience, and a lot of the times, whether it be a comedian, an actor, a musician, a lot of great performance has come from pain. So I guess that's what I'm really asking you. Like, have you ever written from that space of, yo, I'm going through this situation and I have to get this out, and I'm gonna do it with the pen?
I think that's one of the things that really even brought me into doing music. You know,
Right.
just having that safe space to talk about what I was really feeling like. Like I said, I did poetry first, so that was really my outlet. I'm feeling a way about this. I'm gonna write it down. I'm feeling a way about this. I'm gonna write it down. And it was bigger than just writing it down. I don't have a fucking attention span. So I gotta write the shit down on a beat. Or I gotta write the shit down in a rhythm that makes some sense. So I could be sitting there like, You feel me? But it definitely came from, just really expressing myself and how I felt. So like I said, just dropping records such as Hold Up, and just exploring like a funner side of my music was actually, I think, one of the more harder things to do, because I come from such a side of, personal experience and I would say more of reflection kind of music.
Okay. Tell everybody where you're from.
I'm from New York, Brooklyn, Queens. Get the motherfucking money. Ridgewood, Bushwick, damn near at this point the way they doing it. So fuck it.
East Williamsburg and what's all that bullshit.
They trying to call Bushwick East Williamsburg. Y'all better the fuck not. I don't know by whose standards. Okay, it's fucking Flushing and Broadway intersection Williamsburg.
Yeah. They change everything. They Columbus.
Let
the
me
shit
know
out of
that,
right
y'all.
Were you there for the signage? They took down the signage and
And they put it right back
Yeah.
up as they should. Talk about it was an accident. Y'all
Fuck outta
accidentally
here.
sent some niggas out working
Yeah.
and accidentally spent money on a sign to accidentally put it up in the middle of the night. Y'all thought y'all was Santa Claus?
He was like,
The
y'all got
fuck?
4 hours to put this shit back up.
Yo, that was really crazy.
And I ain't
like-
talking Puerto Rico time.
Yeah. It's 4 straight time. Let's
we
go.
always late.
So, thinking about all of this, boo, right? Your career so far, you've accomplished so much, respectfully, being a young lady, and being able to draw from your experiences. Is there at any point in time that you're gonna delve into becoming like a writer behind the scenes? 1 and 2, would you ever or have you ever had somebody write for you? Do you feel like that's not an issue?
Word. I definitely had somebody write for me before. It's not out.
Okay.
But I definitely had contemplated on the idea in the past, just not being kind of closed-minded to certain things,
Right.
being younger, and kind of just realizing that wasn't really what I wanted to do and how I wanted to identify as an artist. So just not proceeding with putting out certain records and, you know, doing things like that. I would definitely write for somebody behind the scenes. And they ain't gotta know it neither. Just come with that money, baby. What is you talking about? That's all you.
I love the energy, kid.
So, when you turn 21, and we know you waited till you're 21, what was in that red cup? What was that first drink you had? We know you waited till 21.
Look at.
Mommy and Poppy could be watching. So
Yeah,
wait
she
for 21.
getting shy now. She trying to front. Let's go. Come on.
Poppy gave me the first shot.
Oh.
I like tequila.
Okay.
Oof.
That's the South American in you. I'm going to say that. Because that's an acquired taste. Like,
Dark liquor is so aggressive.
Is it?
That's
I
just
love
so
it.
Makes me
like.
aggressive.
It makes you aggressive?
Yeah.
Y'all I'm not gonna even say
No. Go ahead. No. I want you to. No. Go ahead. Y'all are men. No, I already heard it. Go ahead. Dark liquor for me is very.
Like Hennessy makes boy, the devil come out, boy.
Really?
I can't.
I don't be. Women be out in the street, one titty out for ready to fight cops when they drinking brown liquor.
Yeah.
That's why I don't do it. I saw that bitch ain't say excuse me.
That's,
is you
if you get fired up like that off dark liquor. Oh wow.
So you drinking Casamigos?
Yeah, I don't drink. First and foremost, Hold Up was a public service announcement to not drink no
Right.
damn liquor. That's
Right.
what happened to me
Right.
when I was mixing liquor
This
and had a too good time outside.
Mm.
When I was 21.
Nobody told you about mixing.
Right.
When I was 21.
Nobody told you about the dangers of mixing. Nobody.
I mean,
you just wilding out. Up 21.
I say this. Mixing ain't never hurt none of my friends. And I thought I was one of them motherfuckers.
you was new to the game. You gotta adjust your brakes.
Hold
I'm
up.
like, yo, just pass
Hold
the blunt.
up,
Just
yeah.
pass the damn blunt.
That's it, and you be good.
I'll be fine.
Dark liquors. I like dark liquor. I can't drink clear liquor like vodka and all that.
Yeah.
That shit dries you the fuck out.
I had they gave me Casamigos cranberry. Meanwhile, I wanted Tito's, and I'm like, this shit tastes mad different. He's like,
Yeah.
oh, that was Casamigos. I'm like, bro, I ain't trying to drink like that. Hell no.
Nah. I don't.
You gonna start dancing.
Yeah.
For real. No, he's good for that one. Do you get flack from your people about what you do? Especially like where you started poetry, were you getting flack about it?
What do you mean from my people?
Like your friends growing up, did they get, oh yeah, poet? You know, like you know how young people could be. Yeah, you know how young folks could be. We bust each other's balls and crack on each other.
Whoever fuck around found out.
What about your parents though? Because I know you said they
can't. Well,
can't.
they can't find out.
But I'm sure that first they
So
weren't.
when I
like,
fucked around, they found out.
The energy is amazing on this show, baby. Oh man, yeah, because I know, especially growing up in Brooklyn, you know, we grew up in Brooklyn, man. We used to get at each other, you know, talking about each other's mothers, you know, and it breeds a certain kind of personality. So I'm sort of trying to put myself in your shoes, being a young lady, you know.
I was kind of more on it like, nigga, make fun of anything else.
Yeah,
Don't
fuck
talk
with
about my music.
Okay.
Don't talk about my music. You could tell me my mother's so fat she walked across the fucking TV and you done missed a season of your favorite shit. You could tell I don't give a fuck that I got flights on, nigga. My mama can't afford no real Jordans. We tried our best. You can tell me anything.
Just don't fuck with my
Don't
artistry.
fuck with my music. Cause
Oh,
I know
yeah.
what I'm doing and I know what
Right.
I'm capable of. And even if niggas like nobody saw it,
Yeah.
I saw it.
You
So
saw
I
it.
was just always like, okay.
Do you still have a core of friends that you know from young days, or like it's all new friends type shit?
I don't really do friends. I do family.
What sign are you?
Guess.
Scorpio?
That's my best friend's son.
Oh wow.
And back to that, that's my best friend in 10 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you
So-
are?
Taurus.
Ooh, okay. The stubborn one.
The bull. Grab the bull by the horns.
Yeah, so you have one friend of 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You don't like to float around too many people. I take it like.
It's, you know what? It's not that.
Uh-huh.
It's just, you know, not everybody has the right intentions towards you.
Mm.
So
How are you networking?
I'd rather keep it a certain way. Mutuals.
Just
Nice.
friend, people introducing you.
Yeah, mutuals.
Man. Yeah, intuitive. I again, young people. There's not.
Of course,
too many,
you're gonna meet people outside.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
outside.
But you
mostly
sort of.
mutuals, yeah.
It's like light
Some
love.
type of connection.
Yeah. You definitely have an understanding of this is industry shit and these are industry people and it's not. Nah.
Like, yo,
Yeah.
didn't you plug me into that?
Yeah. and I
I'm
think.
like, that's you.
are you into mentoring?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had a lot of great mentors in my life, so I also, you know,
Giving back.
into giving back to the youth and everything like that. Just especially being young, I think you kind of just see firsthand how impactful it is to have, you know, strong figures in your life at a young age, especially coming right out of that childhood and childlike mindset and just really into adulthood. So I'm always into just trying to help out the youth and mentor and everything like that.
That's what's up. I think that's something that's sorely needed right now. And it's not to say that everybody's just, you know, living all willy-nilly, but I think that people like yourself, you know, the guys that we have from the Cypher, that was something that was at the forefront.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that very important to them that they give back.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that, you know, in today's environment, we need that, you know? And I know a lot of the business side of it, it's like, yo, don't do that. That's not a look for you. You can't be, you know what I'm saying? There's a lot of people that'll try to tell you to go in a different direction because it probably won't do something for your brand. But I get this sense that you are more adamant about doing a good thing for people that need it, that won't deter you. That
Yeah,
you're
of
going to be like,
course.
nah, fuck that. I'm doing this. I ain't special. They need me. You know what I'm saying? I sort of overall picture looking at the work that you've done, the way you present yourself and how you hold it seems almost like you were meant for this, and your energy doesn't change. I don't see the like a Hollywood, like a put on. This is who you are. How are you staying that way with all this bullshit that's going on though? Like,
Because I see all this bullshit that's going on.
she did that to me earlier, didn't she?
You keep fishing.
I'm gonna get it out of her. When's the next performance, boo? When are we hitting the venues to start putting on and?
Oh man, soon.
And
So-
where can they find? Where
Yeah,
can they find you?
give all your socials and tell everybody where they can find you.
Y'all can find me in the streets of New York, but don't go looking too hard because I carry around pepper spray and a pocket knife.
And a taser.
I don't play that shit. I'm gonna shock myself. I'm clumsy. Yeah, but now y'all can find me on Instagram, lilboo.official. That's LILBOO.official. Even though it's Big Boo now, you know, I still got my government names on everything. You know, Facebook, Lil Boo, YouTube, Lil Boo, everything, Lil Boo, TikTok, Lil Boo BK.
IMDb, little boo.
Exactly.
Is it
Oh
on
no,
there?
what happened?
IMDb? Are you on there for the acting stuff? Or
Yo,
You know,
don't check me because I gotta get my IMDb.
all right. Before we close it out, Boo, you want to flex a little acapella for the people? You want to drop a little something? Are you feeling? I don't want to push you if you don't want to do something. But if you feel, the floor is yours. You could flex a little something.
All right, cool, word. I'm just going to this thing. I guess this kind of talks about a lot of the things going on now. I said, whew, no morals, no peace. City full of angels, the street sweep. Mayor focused on the pot. People turning, coughing on the block. Can't trust a soul. Everybody struggling. Hard to tell who'll keep it to the code. People losing homes. Most of us hustling. Anything to keep the fam afloat. Inflation higher. We're all tired of being pushed by the system. Pull up to fight it. Some divided, united to think we were so heightened in 2020. Look at us now, blinded, numb to the violence. Sheep-minded, media slaves. Follow checks, not Christ. I'm blessed, not right. This life, not righteous. Might just pray for everybody outside, cuz it's clear.
Wow.
Salute.
Definitely a message. For sure.
I love it. I love it. Speaking some real shit, ladies and gentlemen, if you just joined the show, you shit out of luck. You have to go back, watch on the YouTube. But I want to thank our guest, Big Boo, for coming through. Finally making it happen. We're able to make the connection.
Yes,
Yes. Thank you for coming.
I wanna thank you for your time. First and foremost, I wish you all the best. Anything that's coming down the pipeline in the near future, you need promos, you need whatever, just reach out, man. We got you. And we want the new work. for
Hold
sure.
on.
Yeah. There you go.
It say Lil Boo. They put my government one in. Ow.
But we'll be back at it next week as always. As you know, I'm your host, Mr. A.
B. Chanel.
Sally Sasson in the building.
The set 6145. We will see you next week at 7 as always.